Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is. Meister Klotz, back in the garage, working on my GT40 kit car. It's a race car replicas kit car. Today I have updates. I'm trying to make a video once a month now, and it's been about a month. Of course, I just did one on my windshield. I have been working on these gas caps. Race car replicas gives you the gas caps with the kit. They're very nice. Billet aluminum. I installed the Nostril. This piece here, that's called the Nostril. Probably because the original one had two openings, Nostril. I went with the single opening for more cooling, easier for the air to go out through the opening. I had to put these latches on. Was some work, and I think in my last video I was talking about I need some skid pads under the front because the bodywork is actually the lowest part of the car, lower than the chassis. And I was talking about titanium, and I fooled around with some aluminum, and I don't know how low to put it. You know, what's going to work out on the street. So for temporary, I've got some hockey pucks under there. I'll show you that, how that came out. Yeah, that's what I've been up to. So stick around, and I'll show you that. I'll grab the camera. Okay, starting out with these fuel caps. Like I said, they're billet. They're very solid. They are vented. I took it apart, and that hole is actually vented. This makes a nice seal onto here. And if you wanted to vent your fuel system differently, there's actually a screw-in cap that RCR provides. Also billet, also very nice. I should have it down here, but I don't. But anyway, I went with steel in here. I went to exhaust shop, and they bent me a kind of a gooseneck piece, and that goes all the way down to the fuel tank, and it probably enters the fuel tank about here. So it's just a short piece. But I like it. I didn't like the idea of jamming the fuel nozzle in there and against a rubber hose. And because it's metal, chance of shock, static buildup, I have bonded this steel tube to the chassis so I won't blow up the car when I'm filling up with fuel, which is a good thing. So like that, very solid. So that's the Nostril, and what you're seeing is I had to hold that piece in there that I made previously on another hose, so you can see that that's where the upper radiator hose goes. And you can start to see the pie cuts I did over there. So this thing scoops down low, and it's all dried now, so we can take this out. Whoops. Take that out. And I put some spacers in there to get it right where I wanted it. So those come out. And you can see the tin foil in there. But you can zoom this back out. So that's how much that radiator hose interferes, or how much room you need for the radiator hose. So that's the radiator hose. And on this side, you can just see the pie cuts that I did to make sure this scoops down low enough. And I'm planning on putting some foam or something so that when this thing closes, it'll seal so that all the air coming through the radiator comes out the nostril and doesn't heat up the car so much. So let me open it up and I'll show you the latches and stuff. So here's the nostril off the car, and you can see the clearance I've made here for the hose, nice and smooth. And of course, it's just I'll put another series of glass over here on this side. This is those pie cuts I was saying to make this come down low enough. And I needed this flange here for two reasons. It wasn't straight, and now I have something, a lip to seal it to when it's closed, so that, remember I said I want all the air to exit out here. And so there's another look. I'm not the greatest at fiberglass, I'm learning, but it's kind of fun. And going along. These are those quick latches. The fiberglass is very thick there, and it's a button press. When the button is recessed, I can't really see very good with the black. When the button is recessed, it's not latched. And it actually has a spring feature that when you push it, it wants to pop away from the other half of the latch mechanism. So there's another view of those pie cuts. And of course, a lot of work to be done to smooth it all out, make it look good for paint. So on the car, in front, I needed the hole big enough for that, for those little quick latch, the nut and the threaded area to go through. And this is the actual thing that it latches on. I built these mounts. They're just riveted in place, but they're good. You can see this one over here pretty good. It's very solid. Can't move it. And so happy with that. 4 of those babies. This one over here, it's not a lot of room there, but it's fine. I had to move my horns. I'll have to put them somewhere over here, but there was no room for the nostril to fit. And some people have radiators or are modifying their radiators so that the inlet, this is my inlet, and the outlet are both on the bottom. And then you wouldn't have to do all those arts and crafts that I did over there. But I think for cooling wise, I like the idea of the hot fluid, working its way down and cooling off and going back to the car. The idea is the water spends more time in the radiator cooling off than if it just went in the bottom and could go right back out. So seemingly the car has good cooling the way it is. And I chose to leave the hose there. And well, this is my pneumatic lift system, little air compressor, and a little air tank back here. You kind of see it. Anyway, next thing to show you will be the under the car, those. We'll see how well I can video this. So it's very low, and you can get an idea of how low that puck goes. And if you look over here, you can see how I installed it. The phone is actually on the ground. I have some structure to mount to because I created that for my tilt front end. So it is like you can raise the car there, and it's strong, and it's just slightly lower than the body work. Hard for me to show that, but just two fasteners in there now. I wanted it to have some kind of give and not just be total solid. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but that's what I was going for. And you can see here, this is my toe lug fitting, and this attaches to that same structure. And so it is a structural point. I think, like I said, you can lift the car here. And of course you can, with the lug screwed in there, I can tow it. So, you know, if I go off the track or I need to be towed on a flatbed or something, you can't grab any of this stuff. But that's what I did. And if it's a good solution, a good height, I'll have Send cut me a disc of titanium, and I'll just put it on there. And I'm not sure, maybe I might have an angle to it, sort of like a skid pad. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave me a comment, question, ideas, anything. It's always fun to hear from you guys. And as always, Curbmeister Klotz saying, keep the shiny side up and your nuts tight.